The rain, the stranger, and the umbrella. The sky was an angry gray that afternoon, one of those heavy days when the clouds look swollen with fury, just waiting for the perfect moment to burst open. Aisha hurried down the sidewalk, her small backpack bouncing against her back as the first sharp drops of rain began to fall. Within seconds, the sky gave up all restraint, rain crashed down like someone had tipped over an entire ocean. Aisha pulled her scarf over her head, already soaked, but she didn't slow down. She couldn't. Being late wasn't a luxury she had, not as a single mother, not as someone juggling bills, school fees, groceries, and endless responsibilities. Her daughter, little Mina, had forgotten her lunch at home. Again, Aisha couldn't bear the thought of her going hungry at school, so she made the detour to drop it off, losing precious time she would need to reach her shift at Bright Mart's superstore. Her shoes splashed through puddles. Cars honked wildly. Everyone seemed irritated, rushing, fighting with the storm. She clutched the small pink lunchbox, Mina's favorite unicorn stickers peeling off the sides, and muttered a small prayer under her breath. Just let me make it on time today, please. As she crossed the street, she noticed a sleek black car pulled over to the side. Even through the curtain of rain, it stood out, shiny, expensive, the kind that didn't belong on this broken road. Its hood was up, and a man in a dark, obviously expensive suit was standing beside it, staring at the engine like it had personally offended him. Aisha would have kept moving. She needed to. Her job was hanging by a thread, one more late arrival and she was done. Fired, finished, but something, maybe humanity, maybe instinct, made her pause. The man was drenched. The rain rolled down his hair, his suit, soaking him completely. He shielded his phone under his palm, trying desperately to get a signal. His frustration was visible even from a distance. Aisha hesitated only a moment before walking closer, raising her small umbrella over both of them. He looked up sharply, startled by the sudden shelter. "You'll ruin your phone," she said softly. He blinked at her. The rain dripped from his eyelashes. His eyes were striking, a deep stormy blue, sharp, focused, but right then, softened by surprise. "Thank you," he said, clearing his throat. "I didn't even see you coming." Aisha gave a polite smile. "Are you okay? Need help?" He let out a humorless laugh. "Well, unless you know how to fix engines, I don't think there's much you can do." "I can try." He raised an eyebrow, skeptical. Aisha stepped beside the car and peered into the open hood. Her father had been a mechanic. She grew up around tools, grease, engines, and cars that coughed more than they ran. Her father always said, "A little knowledge can save you at the worst moments." He was right. She spotted the problem quickly. A battery connection had come loose, probably from a bump on the road. "I think I can fix this," she said. She pulled a hairpin from her scarf, bent it slightly, and tightened the loose connection. The man watched her like he was witnessing a miracle. "Try it now," she said, stepping back. He pressed the ignition. The engine coughed, sputtered, then came alive. He stared at her. "What? How?" "It was simple," she said. "Just loose. You fixed my car with a hairpin." She shrugged modestly. Desperate times. For a moment, the man just looked at her, really looked at her, like he was trying to understand how someone like her existed. Someone who had nothing but still stopped to help. "You saved me," he said. "Thank you. It's nothing. I need to go. My shift starts soon." "Where do you work?" She hesitated. She wasn't sure why he needed to know. But something about him felt safe. Bright Mart Superstore. He nodded slowly, an unreadable emotion passing through his eyes. "I'm Adrian," he said, holding out his hand. She shook it gently. "Aisha." The rain softened, but her worry didn't. She checked her watch and felt her stomach drop. "I'm late," she whispered. "Do you need a ride?" He offered immediately. Her instinct screamed no. Accepting rides from strangers, even kind ones, was a risk she couldn't take. "No, thank you," she said firmly. "I'll manage." He didn't push. "At least take the umbrella," he insisted. She shook her head. "It's yours now. You'll need it more." Before he could argue, she turned and ran, splashing through water, breath coming fast, heart pounding. Every second mattered now. By the time she reached Bright Mart, she was 10 minutes late. The supervisor, Miss Nadia, stood near the entrance, arms crossed, lips tight. "You're late again," she snapped. "I'm sorry," Aisha said, panting. "I helped someone. His car broke down." He was. "Excuses," the woman cut her off. "Always excuses with you. You know the rule. One more late entry and you're out. Please, Aisha whispered, voice trembling. I can't lose this job. The supervisor's expression didn't soften even an inch. Clock in, and next time, don't bother coming if you can't follow simple instructions. Aisha swallowed the burn in her throat. She clocked in and immediately went to the cleaning aisle, grabbing her mop. Her uniform stuck to her skin. Her shoes squelched with water. Her hands trembled. She fought tears the entire shift. In her mind, she kept replaying the brief moment under the umbrella. The man's grateful smile, his gentle voice, how he stood there drenched, yet dignified. How he said thank you like it actually meant something. But she also replayed her supervisor's cold tone. Her job was slipping away from her fingertips. All because she chose kindness. By the end of the shift, exhaustion hit her like a weight. She dragged her feet toward the break room, unaware that someone had been watching her the whole time. Unaware that the man she helped had walked into the same store. Unaware that someone powerful had noticed her trembling hands, her swollen eyes, her fear. But she would soon know. Because the next day, everything would change. The next day, everything changed. Aisha barely slept that night. Her body ached, her clothes smelled of detergent and rain, and her mind replayed the supervisor's sharp words over and over. She kept imagining the moment her job would slip out of her hands, the only stable thing she had. She watched little Mina sleep peacefully, clutching her stuffed bear, her lips curved into a soft smile. Aisha brushed her fingers through her daughter's hair and whispered, Mama will keep trying, I promise. Morning came far too quickly. Aisha forced her tired body out of bed, prepared breakfast, braided Mina's hair, and kissed her goodbye before rushing to work, arriving a full hour early, just to avoid another strike. As she approached Bright Mart, she noticed a crowd near the entrance. Staff members whispered, faces pale, backs straightened in nervous tension. Something was happening. Why is everyone gathered here? Aisha asked a coworker. You didn't hear. A VIP is visiting today. Someone big from corporate. The manager's losing her mind. Aisha's heart skipped. A VIP. Why today? Why here? But she didn't have time to think. She rushed inside, grabbed her cleaning supplies, and went straight to her assigned aisle. Better to stay out of sight and trouble. But fate rarely asked for permission. A deep, authoritative voice carried across the store. I want to see the employee records. Aisha froze. She knew that voice. She had heard it in the rain. Under the umbrella. When she fixed the engine with a hairpin. Her pulse raced. No, it couldn't be him here. Why would he come? She turned, peeking from behind a display of detergent bottles. She stopped breathing. It was him, Adrian. Except he wasn't the drenched, frustrated stranger from yesterday. He looked powerful, polished, commanding. His suit was crisp, tailored perfectly. His hair was styled immaculately. He wasn't someone stranded on the road now, he was someone who made the world stop when he walked into a room. And he was standing with the store manager, Miss Nadia, who looked like she might faint. Aisha stepped back, heart pounding. She didn't want attention. She didn't want trouble. She didn't want anyone thinking she brought him here. She slipped away quietly, trying to disappear into the cleaning aisle. But destiny didn't let her hide. Aisha, his voice broke through the air. She froze. Slowly, she turned. Adrian was walking toward her with calm confidence, his gaze steady and warm. Every employee around them stared, confused. The manager's jaw nearly dropped. Aisha's palms turned cold. Why yes, sir, she whispered. He smiled, a gentle smile that contrasted sharply with the intimidating aura he carried. There you are, he said. Just the person I was looking for. A soft murmur spread across the staff. Heads tilted, eyes widened. Aisha felt like the floor vanished beneath her feet. Me, she whispered. Yes, you. He stopped in front of her. Good morning, Aisha. Gee, good morning. Her voice trembled. He turned to the manager. Miss Nadia, could you join us? The manager rushed over, sweating nervously. Why yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Adrian folded his hands behind his back. I want to address an important matter. The manager gulped. Aisha wanted to sink into the floor. Yesterday, Adrian began, you reprimanded Aisha for arriving late. Is that correct? Miss Nadia's voice trembled. Yes, but she was late, and company rules. Did you ask her why she was late? Adrian interrupted calmly, but firmly. Well, no, but, did you check her file to see if she has a consistent work record? And not exactly, sir. Did you consider that she was late because she helped someone stranded in the rain with a broken car? Silence. Every employee leaned in, stunned. Aisha's cheeks burned. She whispered, "Sir, please, it's fine. You don't have to." But Adrian placed a reassuring hand near her shoulder, not touching, but close enough to steady her. "I'm here because kindness deserves fairness," he said. "Not punishment." The manager stuttered. "I didn't know." She never explained properly. "You never asked," Adrian replied, his tone cutting through the air like quiet thunder. Miss Nadia lowered her gaze. Adrian continued, "Employees should not live in fear of losing their job for being 10 minutes late due to real emergencies." A murmur of agreement filled the room, employees who had bitten their tongues for years finally seeing someone speak up for them. "From today," Adrian announced, "we will implement a new grace period policy. If employees face genuine difficulties, weather issues, family emergencies, unavoidable delays, they will receive compassionate consideration. This is not a factory. It's a workplace full of human beings." The staff clapped softly, some with relieved smiles. They had never seen the corporate office taking their side. Aisha felt tears burn her eyes, but not from sadness. From relief. From being seen. Then Adrian turned to her. "Aisha, may I speak with you privately?" She nodded, barely holding herself together. They stepped to a quiet corner near the back storage room. Aisha looked down. "I'm sorry if I caused trouble. I didn't mean to involve you in anything." "You didn't cause trouble," he said gently. "I came because I wanted to." "But why?" she whispered. "I only helped you in the rain." "That wasn't something big." He smiled softly. "To me, it was. People don't help others without a reason anymore. And you did." Aisha fiddled with her fingers nervously. "I just did what I thought was right. And that's exactly why I'm here." His voice softened. "You helped me without knowing who I am. And that told me everything I needed to know about you." Aisha swallowed. "But you didn't have to come all the way here." "I did," he said. "Because I want to offer you something." Her heart thudded. He looked into her eyes with sincerity. "Aisha, I want you to join my company headquarters." She stepped back slightly, stunned. "Me? But why me? I'm just." "You're not just anything," he said firmly. "You're hardworking, resourceful, kind, and intelligent. You fixed my car faster than most mechanics could. You handled your late situation with grace. You're exactly the kind of person I want on my team." Her voice shook. I don't have a degree. I don't have special training. You have potential," he said. "And I will provide training. Childcare support, better pay, flexible hours." She stared, overwhelmed. "My daughter," she whispered. "She will be covered too. Healthcare, school support if needed, all included." Tears rolled down her cheeks. She covered her mouth, trying not to sob. "Sir, I don't know how to thank you." "You already did," he said softly. "Yesterday, in the rain." Aisha finally smiled, a real, glowing smile she hadn't felt in years. Adrian extended a formal business card. "Think about it, no pressure. Whatever your decision, you have my respect." She took the card with trembling fingers. Never in her wildest dreams did she imagine her life would twist like this, her kindness turning into a doorway she never knew existed. But as she looked at Adrian, she realized something. A single act of kindness had changed everything. The rain that washed her fears yesterday had washed in a new future today. A future she never dared to hope for. A future opening right before her eyes.